What's up you guys? Hope you're all having a good day. Now today's video we are going to be trying to predict the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Let's jump straight into it. So as you can see here, we have the predictor, which is from the Telegraph. What it gets you to do is it gets you to rank each pool and then goes through the quarterfinal, semi-final, final until you find your winner. Let's start with Group A. We have New Zealand, France, Italy, Uruguay, and Namibia. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go country by country. Alright, so for New Zealand are currently ranked 4th in the world based on the latest World Rugby rankings. Best result is of course winning the entire thing 3 times in 87, 2011, and 2015. As for the recent World Cup warm-up matches, they beat Australia 23-20 and lost to South Africa 35-7. However, in the Rugby Championship, went 3 from 3 and winning the entire thing. Last year, however, they had a bit of a stinker of a season with historic losses to Argentina. I believe it was their first home loss rather, and also a series loss to Ireland for the first time. A bit of a mixed bag there. France of course are the host nation. 3 out of the 9 World Cups have been won by the host. New Zealand in 87 and in 2011, and South Africa in 95. France's best result is getting to the final. They did so in 87, 1999 and 2011. So France's World Cup warm-ups look like this. They had a loss to Scotland 25-21, a win to Scotland 30-27, a win to Fiji 34-17, and a win to Australia 41-17. As for the Six Nations, the most recent Six Nations, they went 4-1, only losing to Ireland. Italy, ranked 13th in the world, their best result. They have never actually made it out of the pool. As for their World Cup warm-ups, they lost to Scotland 25-13, a loss to Ireland 33-17, a win to Romania 57-7, and a win to Japan 33-17. As for the Six Nations, they went 0-5, not good at all. Namibia ranked 21st in the world. Their best result, they've never made it out of the pool. As for their 2 recent World Cup warm-up matches, they lost to Uruguay 26-18 and beat Chile 28-26. Finally, Uruguay, 17th in the world. They have never made it out of the pool stage. As for their warm-up matches, they beat Chile 26-25 and beat Namibia 26-18. 26-18 is what I should say. How do I think this table is going to go? For me, it's between New Zealand and France for those first and second positions. It's going to be decided, I think, by, in fact, the opening game of the World Cup, New Zealand versus France. I think New Zealand's going to win that game. Could be wrong. It could very easily go the other way, but that's how I see it going so far. Yeah, those two could easily be switched, with France having, of course, the home advantage. I think Italy is the easy third pick there. They'll lose to probably New Zealand and France, and then get wins against Uruguay and Namibia, those two, of course, being tier 2 nations. So Uruguay and Namibia, I think, are really battling for that 4th spot, and simply based off the fact that Uruguay beat Namibia earlier on, I'm going to back them to do it again. So we'll put Uruguay in 4th and Namibia in 5th. Moving on, we have Pool B. So Pool B has South Africa, Ireland, Scotland, Tonga, and Romania. Ireland are currently ranked 1st in the world. Their best result is the quarterfinals. In fact, that's the furthest they've ever gone to. And they've done it in pretty much, I think, all the World Cups but one that they've participated in. As for their warm-up matches, they beat Italy 33-17, beat England 29-10, and beat Samoa 17-13. As for the Six Nations, they went 5-0, completely undefeated. Romania are ranked 19th in the world. Their best result is they haven't made it, unfortunately, any further than the pool stage. As for their warm-up matches, lost to the US 31-17, lost to Georgia 56-6, and lost to Italy 57-7. Scotland are currently ranked 5th. Their best result was coming 4th in 91. As for their warm-up matches, they bet Italy 25-13, bet France 25-21, lost to France 30-27, and then bet Georgia 33-6. In the Six Nations, they went 3-2. South Africa ranked currently 2nd in the world. Best result is they've won it 3 times in 95, 2007, and of course in 2019, so they are defending champions. In their warm-up matches, they bet Argentina 24-13, bet Wales 52-16, and then bet New Zealand 35-7. In the Rugby Championship, they went 2-1. Rounding out Pool B is Tonga, whose best result is the pool stage. As for the warm-up matches, they lost to Samoa 34-9, bet Canada 28-3, and then bet Canada again 36-12. I really think it's between South Africa and Ireland are probably going to get those first 2 spots. Scotland could surprise and manage to sneak in there. South Africa and Ireland could easily be switched around, but I'm going to go South Africa, then Ireland. I'll go Scotland next, then Tonga, and then Romania. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. There could be an upset or 2 there that I'm missing, but that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, Pool C, we have Australia, who are currently 9th in the world. They won it in 91 and 99. The warm-up matches, they lost to New Zealand 23-20 and lost to France 41-17. In the Rugby Championship, they went 0-3, so really bad. They had a bad Rugby Championship. Fiji are currently rated 7th in the world. Their best result was making it to the quarterfinals in 87 and 2007. As for their warm-up matches, they bet Japan 35-12, lost to France 34-17, and then bet England 30-22. Georgia are currently ranked 11th in the world. They've never made it out of the pool. In warm-up matches, they bet Romania 56-6, bet the US 22-7, and then lost to Scotland 33-6. Portugal are currently rated 16th in the world. Their best result is the pool stage in 2007. This is only their 2nd World Cup. As for their warm-up match, they bet the US 46-20. Rounding out Pool C is Wales, whose best result is a 3rd place finish in 1987. As for their warm-up matches, they bet England 20-9, lost to England 19-17, lost to South Africa 52-16. In the Six Nations, they went 1-4, so a pretty shoddy Six Nations there. Might be currently like the weakest World Cup or the weakest pool, so it's quite hard to predict. Because of that. We'll go Australia to win it. I could see Fiji getting out. But I'll back Wales, Fiji 3rd, Georgia probably 4th, and Portugal 5th. Leaving, of course, Pool D. So Pool D, we have Argentina, who are currently ranked 6th in the world. The best result was a 3rd place finish in 2007. As for their warm-up matches, they lost to South Africa 24-13, and then bet Spain 62-3. In the Rugby Championship, they went 1-2. Also in Pool D, we have Chile, who are currently 22nd in the world, and it is their World Cup debut, which is super exciting for Chile. That's sick. As for their warm-up matches, they lost to Uruguay 26-25, and then lost to Namibia 28-26. England are currently 8th in the world. Their best result was they won it in 2003, the only non-Southern Hemisphere team to win the World Cup. They lost to Wales 20-9, beat Wales 19-17, lost to Ireland 29-10, and then lost to Fiji 30-22. In the Six Nations, they went 2-3. Japan are currently ranked 14th in the world. Their best result is reaching the quarterfinals in 2019, and of course in their home World Cup. As for their warm-up matches, they lost to Fiji 35-12 and lost to Italy 42-21. Now, Japan are known for pulling out an upset. Who could forget their defeat of South Africa in 2015? And then they also matched it in 2019, of course, getting a couple of upsets and managing to escape the group in the last World Cup. Finally, Samoa are 12th in the world. Their best result is reaching the quarterfinals in 91 and 95. As for their warm-up matches, they beat Tonga 34-9, but lost to Ireland 17-13. It's quite an open group, isn't it? I'm just going to say England. I'm going to be boring. England, Argentina, I think are just too strong out of the rest of them, you know what I mean? However, who knows? There could be surprises here, for sure. I'm gonna back Japan to go third, Samoa probably fourth, and Chile, of course, in fifth. So that leaves us with the quarterfinals. We have Australia versus Argentina, South Africa versus France, England versus Wales, and New Zealand versus Ireland. All right. So first up, we have Australia versus Argentina. Australia have been quite weak recently, and I know I backed them to get out of the group. I could also very easily see them, honestly, getting knocked out before the group. So I'm gonna say Argentina, I think, are in better shape at the moment. So I'll back them to win that game. Next up, we have South Africa versus France. South Africa, of course, so strong at the moment. As is France. It is France's home World Cup. So I'm tempted just to, based off of home advantage, to back France here. I might actually, yeah. I'm gonna back them. I'm gonna back France to beat South Africa there. England, Wales. This would be quite a weak quarterfinal. I think it would be the weakest quarterfinal out of the four. Oh, I don't know, eh? I think you would have to back England over Wales, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go England. And then finally, New Zealand, Ireland. Ireland have never made it past the quarterfinals, and I don't see that happening. I don't see them getting past the quarterfinals. Even though I would love to see them do it. Obviously, I'd prefer them not do it against the All Blacks. But yeah, I'm just gonna back history there, so I don't see them doing it. Argentina versus France. Oh, Argentina are a good side, but I think France are just the better side. Or not only are they the better side, but they also again, it's also home field advantage, and I think that does take you very far. I'm gonna back France. To make it to the final. And so that leaves us with the second semi-final, which would be England versus New Zealand. I do think New Zealand are stronger than England. New Zealand will be wanting revenge for the last semi-final, the last World Cup, which they made it to the semi-final, had the exact same opponents, and England, of course, got the better of them. So I'm going to back New Zealand to make it to the final, leaving a France versus New Zealand final. Would result in, I believe it's the third time that it's been France versus New Zealand at a World Cup final. Could the All Blacks do it, or would France do it? I want to be exciting. For the first time in 20 years, the Northern Hemisphere team will win the World Cup. But not only can I not go against the All Blacks because of A, national pride, but B, see France winning it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna back New Zealand. I have to do it. My national pride maybe has gotten in the way there a little bit. But yeah, I'm just gonna back the All Blacks to win the World Cup, to win their 4th World Cup. And would you look at that? Top 3 predicted winners by people who've also taken this. France, 26%, New Zealand 23%, and South Africa 19%. So yeah, everyone's sort of predicting the same people to win it. But there's only one way to find out. We'll have to wait and see. If you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Leave it down in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win the World Cup? And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I make videos whenever I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.